Yeah. Be alright, be alright. Life is strange, full of pain. Joy and happiness is all the same. But you have to reclaim. Become your best self. Stop tripping off what people say. Don't you know it's gonna be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. Lift your hands. Do it, y'all. Come on, better, 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 better. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Better, 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 better. Taking place. Breaking norms, setting trends, wage of the day, uncontained, making space, cultivating grace, yeah. Man, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Y'all know what it is. It's Wade's Word of the Day. Wade's Word of the Day. Man, I'm so thankful and grateful, to be hanging out with you all on this day. For this is the day, that he has made, and we're grateful and we're thankful to be here in this space. So what I need you to do tonight, I need you to tag, text, and tell somebody, And I need you to do it quickly. Go ahead and holler at somebody, tell them to come on in the space. I'm going to do the same thing. As I'm asking you to do it, I'm going to do it too. Holler at some folk, tell them to come on in the space tonight and hang out with your boy just for a few moments on this Monday night. Y'all know what we do. Make sure as you come into the space that you not only share the post, but you put a little heart to the post as well. The post itself, make sure that you're doing that. First 30 seconds of every broadcast, we say you're crazy with those hearts and those likes. So do me a favor, go ahead and do that real quick. Go ahead and just do that real quick. Man, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m., not only in this space, but every Sunday, 10:15, Sundays with LHBC. Then make sure you're getting connected with the Life Center. You can go ahead to the Life Center's page, LHBC Life Center. Go ahead and make sure you get connected on that page as well. Make sure you hit the notification button and all of that good stuff so that you'll be notified every time we go live or our content comes up. We are, in fact, on all of the social media spaces tonight, YouTube, Facebook. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, all of that good stuff. So make sure that you get connected. Make sure that you get connected. Make sure that you're liking and the post and all of that good stuff as well. Make sure that you are hitting the stars button. Every time you hit the stars button, it helps us just to, do what we do. 1 star just represents a little bit of change, 50 cents. It don't really, not a whole lot of money. So go ahead and hit that stars button if you don't mind. Help a brother out tonight as well. You can also get some of that swag. Go to www.lhbcswag.com. Grab a Wade's Word of the Day t-shirt, backpack, hoodie. All of that good stuff is cold now, so get you a hoodie. We got everything over there. Go ahead and check it out. Here we go. Are you picking up or putting down? Somebody say hello, feel is home. You know how we do it in this space. We're trying to get our healing. Hey, it's Wade's Word of the Day. 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 So make sure you go to www.lhbcswag.com and get you some of that swag. It's really that simple. Got t-shirts, got hoodies, we got all of that good stuff over there. And again, make sure that you connect in all of our spaces. We call it the 3 pillars of LHBC, which is simply Wade's Word of the Day. That's me. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night, 8 p.m. Sundays with LHBC, me and the fellas, we come together, a little bit of word, a little bit of music from the baddest man in guitar land, some discussion with the fellas, and then obviously with the Life Center, this is where we do all of our kind of connected community things. If you want to help in that work, please go over there to the Life Center's page, hit that notification button. We really would appreciate you helping us in that particular matter. So tonight, go ahead, hit those hearts and those likes real quick if you don't mind. Tonight, I figured on Monday night motivation, I would talk a little bit tonight because it's Monday, and I love Mondays. Yeah, I really do. A lot of people don't, but I do. Yeah, I love Monday. I love Monday. I'm grateful to see another Monday because Mondays constantly remind me of a fresh start. That's why I love Monday. Some people regret coming into Monday, but Mondays reminds me that what happened last week is behind me. What's in front of me is more blessings, more opportunities, more challenges, but more promises. And so I love Monday. I love the thought of waking up and on Monday and saying, man, hey, I get another chance to do it all over again. Monday also reminds me of self-correction, right? I learn from my past so that I can move forward into my future. And so I'm not one of them who regret Monday. I love Monday. So I'm grateful to be here on Monday. So Monday nights for me is all about motivation. It's all about, getting ready, getting excited about the week that lies ahead, tackling the week that lies ahead, engaging the week that lies ahead. So that's what I want to talk about tonight a little bit. I want to talk about starting your own movement. Yeah, starting your own movement. Seth Godin has a wonderful book, and it's called Tribes. I've spoken about it before, but in short, the book just speaks to this point, that everybody in this new way of communicating, we all have the capacity and the ability to form our own tribes. In other words, we no longer have to ask for permission to start a movement around whatever it is that you believe is important. I was at the Capitol the other day, and a lady came up to me and she wanted to discuss an issue, and it kind of blew my mind, but it was her issue. And at first I was like, man, why would she want to be involved in this certain thing? But then she started to talk to me a little bit about it. Not really for sure if I agree with it, but nevertheless, under that one issue, she had to pull together her own tribe around it. And now she was trying to get some other people to buy into it. Because now you no longer have to ask for permission to start a movement. One of the biggest challenges that I face in my role, in my leadership role, is people are always standing around kind of looking for you to give direction at every step of the way. One of the things I'm challenging my people to do is say, hey, listen, we've given you the vision, we've given you the premise. Now activate. Yeah. Push the vision forward. You don't have to wait for me any longer to say, push that button or tag text and tell somebody. We all have the capacity, the tools are right there at our disposal to start our own movements. So what issues are burdening, what is burdening you? What is driving you in this moment in your life? You too can start your own movement. And it's, I'm not saying that it's easy, but here's the reality. Everyone can do it. You just got to figure out what's your cause. What is it that you really believe in? I tell people all the time, I say, listen, especially as it relates to the Bible, I say, man, you really only believe the parts of the Bible that you do, to be quite frank. You can't say that you believe the parts of the Bible that talks about giving, but you never give. Because we do, or we participate in those things that we really believe in. So you got to figure out, you want to start your movement around whatever issue, you have to figure out what is your cause. Why? What do you really believe in? What do you want to see change? What do you want to see strengthen? What do you want to see? Is there something that you want to see started? And too often we look around for permission for somebody to give us permission to start something, but I'm a firm believer in, man, just do it and ask for permission later or apologize later or whatever. Because the reality is, until we make up in our mind, until we understand that there has to be a do in your doing, you got to do it. And it's not always going to start off with a big flare. Oftentimes, man, whenever I start anything, oftentimes at the beginning, man, it's big fun, fanfare. Everybody believes it. But I tell people all the time, don't that first crowd, don't you believe it? Especially if a whole bunch of people come out at that initial thing, don't you believe that's what it's going to be all the way? There's some work that you have to put. That first crowd, them just nosy folk trying to come and see what you got going on. And just because they show up on the first day does not mean they're committed to go all the way with you. So you got to understand that. But nevertheless, you got to get started. What do you believe in? What is your cause? What are you fighting for? What are you standing up for? So you got to figure that out. You got to figure that out. If you're going to start your own tribe, if you're going to start your own movement, if you're going to become active, if you're going to activate yourself and then try to activate others, you got to figure out what it is that you truly believe in. Because we really only move in things and towards things that we really believe in. That it's kind of interesting. I don't know if you've ever noticed this. Oftentimes, you could be trying to talk about something and people are like, nah. But then once it affects them, activate it. Then they want everybody to get on board and become a part of it and all of that kind of stuff. Because we really only move in the spaces that we really believe in or in the areas where it affects us the most. So find your cause. Find the thing that you really believe in and then get busy doing it. Number two, once you find the cause, get as much information on it as possible. You have to educate yourself around the subject matter so that you move into it with the level of intellect, intelligence, information. Find out as much information about it as possible. Maybe who was involved in it before, who tried to do it before. Has anybody ever tried to do it before? The Bible speaks about it like this: study to show yourself approved. You got to get as much information as you can as it relates to your thing that you're trying to do. When we endeavored to come into this space, we had to learn as much as we could about it. And it wasn't just simply getting in front of a camera. Once you got over that hump, then you had to figure out lighting and all of these particular things, what type of technology we might need outside of our basic cell phones to really do it right. Figuring out what time frame and what it takes to do that. How many people are operating in the space that we're operating in? What is allowed and what's not allowed in the space that you're operating in at this point? Are you willing to break some norms? You have to learn as much as you can about the cause or the action that you're going to be engaged in. Come on, take your finger right now and just say, man, I've got to educate myself. I've got to educate myself. And here's the reality. You ain't got to do it at no school. There's so much information out here that you can get via these internet streets. But find out as much as you can about the cause, the issue that you're tackling. So study, find out. Then what you want to do is, after you know as much as you know about the issue, or you have a level of intellect, information about it, the next thing you should do is find out who else might be down with that. Who else has a burden for that? I continue to say it. Oftentimes we be trying to move in isolation by ourselves, but no, you need to find your team. You need to find, somebody else, others who might feel the same way about the thing that you feel about. Oftentimes it starts off with one, but then you find another, and then that person finds another. And then next thing you know, you got a whole tribe. So find out not only the information about the cause, the action, but see who else has a burden about the thing that's burdening you, that has put a burden on you. That's called developing a team. That's called surrounding yourself around people who care about what you care about. Yeah, who want to change some things that you want to change, who see the world as you see the world. So find out who's with you. And at first, don't be concerned about having everybody, because here it is, you don't need everybody to change something. You just need enough folk who care about the things that you care about and who are willing to put in the work to educate themselves as well. You remember, Jesus only starts with 12. One of them is kind of suspect. But nevertheless, the Bible says these were the ones who turned the world upside down. He did not start. I know. You think he started with a whole bunch. He only started with 12, y'all. And matter of fact, oftentimes when the crowd got so large, you remember after the feeding of the 5,000, the crowd gets large, and then Jesus does something that causes the whole crowd to disperse. That's a whole nother lesson that I'm going to share at another time. But notice something. Jesus understood just because you have a lot of people does not mean that how you're rocking is necessarily healthy. Let me help somebody here today. Just because your church got a whole lot of people does not necessarily mean that your church is healthy. You just might have a whole bunch of people. Every time Jesus get a big number, then he hit them with some truth. Them folk can't handle the truth, then they bounce. And that will be the case as you begin to navigate through the thing that's important to you, the challenge. You're going to find some people who are going to come on board, who are going to try to change your vision in your direction. You hit them with some truth, they're going to bounce. You got to be comfortable with that. You got to be comfortable with that. You got to understand that. Folks used to say to me all the time, I don't understand you, Wade, because they just thought I wanted a big crowd. No, I had vision. I had an idea of what God was trying to do, and I wasn't just concerned about some of the other things. People think that success in ministry is having a whole bunch of people, but the reality is you can have a whole bunch of people. You can be like Biggie. More people, more problems. More, yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Picking up what I'm putting down. I'm not knocking that. But you understand my point that I'm making. So you got to find out who's with you, who's really willing to take the journey with you, who wants to be a part of the tribe, and you'll discover along the way who really wants to be a part of the tribe. And you discover that when it gets tough, because everybody can rock with you when it's easy, when everybody's smiling. But you know who's really down with you when it gets tough. When it gets a little dark, when a little heat comes, when a little confusion happens, that's how you know who really with you. Because everybody will rock with you when you're on top, ask MC Hammer. And others. Got to the top, brought a whole bunch of people with him, only to go through some things, and them folk he was throwing out that money, paying for all of those dinners. Next thing you know, they gone. So you got to find out who's really rocking with you, who's going to be really down with what you're down with. Somebody ought to say, I know that's right. Did I tell you to do that yet? Yeah, just type that in real quick. Say, I know that's right. What else should you do? Obviously, if you have a cause, you got some other folk who want to be down with it now, everybody got to spread the word. If we're a tribe, if we rocking together, everybody got to spread the word. Everybody got to get the word out. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. You picking up what I'm putting down? Everybody, not just one person. What's crazy in church? Everybody just expect the preacher to get the word out. But the reality is that's everybody's job. This is what we're doing. Hello, this is what we're doing. Everybody, you gotta spread the word. You gotta show up in spaces. You gotta spread the word. You gotta tell somebody. Go ye, therefore. Matthew 28, 18, 19. You gotta go tell it. The songwriter said, go tell it on the mountain, over the hills, and everywhere. Yeah, go tell it. You gotta share it. And what's crazy to me, there's so many people talking about that they down, that they with the cause and they want to be a part, but they never tell it. They never share. Never tell nobody. Some people do it because they want to kind of keep the crowd small. They don't want nobody else to infringe upon what they believe is theirs. Some don't tell it simply because they're lazy. Some don't tell it because they're fearful. Some don't tell it because they ain't Really down? But if you're really down, you got to tell it. You got to share. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. You picking up what I'm putting down there? You gotta share it. Yeah, you got to share what you've learned. You got to share your solutions. You got to share the vision. This is what we're doing. It's really that simple. I'm being a little facetious, but you understand what I'm saying? You have to tell it. Not enough to say I got a cause. I got some other people who want to be down with the cause. We have educated ourselves on the cause. And then don't tell nobody. Then don't share it. This is what we're doing. You got to tell it. You got to tell it. Then be creative in how you tell it. Be creative in how you tell it. There's all types of forms and ways, but be creative in how you tell it. You can tell it through stories. You can tell it visually and digitally. You can tell it in written form. You can show up in spaces and articulate it. Be creative is not just one way to tell the story. Don't get so bogged down and we can only do it this way. That's the most frustrating thing in the world to me, to be surrounded by a bunch of people who are afraid to try new things. Be creative in how you share the vision. Sometimes it's talking one-on-one. In our context, sometimes it's dropping a video. This is what we're doing. Yeah, you put it in your own words. Yeah, this is what we're doing. Sometimes it's sharing a note. This is what we're doing. Yeah. Be creative in your approach. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. But there also has to be a common set of community principles. What do I mean by that? These are the things that we all buy into. This is what we're not going to do. This is how we're going to respond to one another. This is how we're going to lift up one another. This is how we're going to care for one another. We're going to have honest conversations with one another. We're going to be authentic in our approach with one another. We're going to be receptible to hear the thoughts and understandings of others. Yeah, you set some principles about how we're going to go about doing what we're doing. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is what we're doing. Yeah. And then finally, invite others. Should be always in the process of inviting others. Hey, this is what we're doing. There should always be an ask. This is what we're doing. Would you like to be a part too? People get so frustrated at people asking, but that's part of the process. You want a new job? You ask them to hire you. You go out to eat, you ask them for the menu. You lost, you ask someone for direction. There should always be an ask. It's not enough to just tell the story, but if you just tell the story but don't have an ask, your elevator story should always involve an ask. Don't be afraid of the ask. You should always understand there's always an ask. This is what we're doing. Want to be part of that? This is what we're doing. You think you can help us financially? This is what we're doing. I understand you got a space that you have available. Is there any way that we could rent that space? There should always be an ask connected to what it is that you're doing. Don't be afraid, please. Don't be afraid of the acts. Sometimes we get so prideful that we don't ask for help. We don't ask for financial resources. We don't ask for ideas. We don't ask for partnership. You know what's crazy to me? If I got $1 million idea and I'm struggling with how to figure it out, and I go to somebody and they say, "Hey, let me get 10% of it. You keep the 90, I get 10% of it." And you're talking about, I can't give you part of what I got going on. That's crazy. That's crazy. No. Okay, 10%, cool. Let's work it out. Still got 90. Sound like God, huh? Sound like God, huh? Yeah, just give me the 10. You got the 90. And I'm going to make it work. But even in our own lives, somebody comes with partnership and say, let me get 5%. You keep the 95%. You tripping on the 5%. There should always be an ask. And then finally, because it's Motivational Monday, keep the momentum going. Even if there's a setback, get back up, keep on pushing, keep on striving. Keep on understanding that your work, your labor is not in vain. Yeah. Stay motivated. Keep pushing forward. Forget those things which are behind and press forward to those things which are ahead. Don't give up. Because you're going to have so many opportunities to give up, but don't give up. Yeah, don't give up. Keep believing, keep striving, keep pushing, keep believing in God, and keep believing in yourself, and believing in those who are connected to you. Yeah, keep believing. Man, I'm done tonight. I hope this word has added value to your life. I really do. If it's added value to your life, make sure that you tag, text, and tell somebody. Tell them to come into the space and all of that good stuff. Yeah, that's your acts tonight. Yeah. Ask them to come into the space. If you don't mind, hit that stars button. That's another ask. Make sure that you get connected in all of our spaces. There's another ask. Asking is a part of the process, y'all. That's all I'm trying to say. So if this word has added value to your life on tonight, make sure that you do all those things, man. Let's go out this way. Y'all let me know if y'all feeling this one. It's Monday. We're in the second go round of our, we started another 10-day fast. And so, hey, if you want to be a part of that, come on, join us. Yeah, 12 consecutive hours. However you're moving, but just make sure you're focusing in on He who knows all things, He who sees all things, and He who makes all things well. Yeah, God. Yeah, for 12 consecutive hours. It's not about the food. If you're fasting away from food, don't make it about the food. Make it about the connection with Him. All right? But we're doing that another 10 days. If you want to participate, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and get started today. All right, let's go out this way. Let me know if you're feeling it. Here we go.
Not a second or another minute, not an hour or another day. But at this moment, with my arms outstretched. I need you to make a way, as you have done so many times before. Through a window or an open door, I stretch my hands to thee. Come rescue me. I need you right away. And I need you now. I need you now. I need you now. Yes, I do, Lord.
I need him
Jesus,
now.
I need
I hope you need him now. I'm out of here. I love y'all so much. Y'all know
now.
what it is in Space Radio today. Make sure that you meet us in the space Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights, 8 p.m. Get
Another
connected.
second.
Sundays with LHPC, Monday, 10:15. Life Center. Y'all know what it
For
is. Love you
another
so much.
minute.
Yeah, I need him. You need him too.
Not an hour. Another day. But Jesus, I need you
Right away.
right away.